In PKD Nambiar also on the telecast with us. PKD Nambiar, thank you for waiting patiently for your turn. And you know, it's all explained in this course of 25 minutes on the telecast. Your views particularly in terms of Nataraja not just being a figure of Hindu religion, Hindu culture, the gods that we worship, but more of an all-pervasive symbol to define our cosmos and where the origin of the earth, the origin of the planets, the origin of human entity itself came into being.
Megha, only one thing I can tell you that from the day I was born, from then onwards, I was seeing Nataraja both in my temple, in my family temple, and at my home, and all over. Even when we went to a new school of our own school where there was a Nataraja is being placed. So the idea, and in many of the people in south of India, they have a name called as Natarajan, whether it is in Tamil Nadu or in Karnataka or in Kerala. You will find one of my own uncle, his name is Natarajan. So the idea of that, it is not just about a statue. It is not about just science. It is a belief system. It may have science, and most of our cultural and spiritual things have got science in it. As much as we study, we get to know more and more. So we understand that means we have got such a huge history and this history is not just about some kind of innovations, but then it is also about a belief system which existed in this part of the world, wherein the Lord Nataraja is the cosmic dance or whatever we call it. It is much beyond all of that. It is a belief system which existed. And I congratulate the Prime Minister and in the initial design of Bharat Mandapam or the Pragati Maidan, the redesigning, there was never this was not a part of it. So he got the courage to get the statue placed there. It is not just politically, if you really look at it, it has got a much more symbolism than the way you treat it as a statue, or even as the Sonalji was just as like a poem, she was explaining about the importance and how culturally, spiritually, and all aspects of, and another colleague was talking about the scientific reasons and etc. But beyond that we have wanted to show the supremacy of this also. Just look at from the point of view of 2 days back, somebody else was talking about, from the same Tamil Nadu, was talking about the eradication of Sanatan Dharma, whereas the Sanatan Dharma is not, we are going to get Sanatan Dharma in its best of time in the times to come. This is one of the symbol which we are placing it in the national capital, that too on the one of the biggest infrastructure which we have recently created. So I think politically, if you really look at it, there is a Hindu renaissance which is taking place very, very more scientifically. All sections of the societies are coming together. We are talking about the development or economic development on the one side. And just remember that in the south of India, in fact, with Rishabh, we were doing a show. There used to be a temple economy, and temples used to be the economic centers of my own family temple, which is said to be about 3,000 plus years old. As per the archaeological survey, whatever the scriptures written. So it's like a dharovar hai hamara jo. It's like something like you can't explain in few words or in few texts or few books. And I think taking this culture of our ancestral property or inheritance, the belief systems, and the political masters of today is able to showcase that very courageously, which was missing from the last so many decades, because they always had this feeling that, oh yes, if I do a Nataraj here in the government building, so that means we may lose the minority votes.
Okay.
But here is some government who is a leader who has got the courage to place back our historically important symbols, and these symbols have a large, long-lasting effect in our culture, in our
Yeah.
this thing.
You know, I'm saying it transcends Indian culture, it transcends Hindu culture and religion. Like you said, Sanatan Dharma is the way of life, and Lord Nataraja, Lord Shiva in his Nataraja form